in high school, did you have like I've gotten away from this a little bit, but I am curious about it, and I feel like when I miss it in episodes, I go, "Oh God, I didn't ask." But I'm such a pop culture nerd. But did you have like a favorite band, a favorite group, favorite music artist? I'm
so glad you asked this because this has not been covered in a podcast yet. And I feel like all my girlfriends are going to be like, oh yeah. We were all like obsessed with the miseducation of Lauryn Hill in high school. I've loved hip hop since I can remember. Like, I think since I was like, I remember being in Illinois when I was like 8 or 9. I remember hearing Rex and Effects for the first time. Bless you.
Yes.
And hearing Poison for the first time on B96. Like, Lauryn Hill was like everything to me. We like burned the shit out of that CD. We went to the concert. We went to the concert the week of my 16th birthday in Upper Darby at the Tower Theater. We went to the Lauryn Hill concert, and Outkast opened for Lauryn Hill, and they brought us onto their tour bus to drink with them in the intermission.
Oh, I feel like Alicia told this story. Was it you and Lindsay?
It was me and Lindsay. Yeah.
I think Alicia told this story, and I took it out because it wasn't her story, and I didn't want to put it out. I didn't want to put it out there in case you guys were completely okay with it. But yeah, you hung out with Andre 3000.
No.
Oh.
No. We hung out with Big Boi.
Oh.
Boi and Andre had 2 different buses because Andre was sober. They called his bus the church bus. And Big Boi, that's where all the shenanigans went on, was on Big Boi's bus. Okay. This is still the coolest I've ever been, was like this moment. So so we went to the Tower Theater. We went to this concert. We were so obsessed with Lauryn Hill.
I love that.
We were also obsessed with Outkast, like Bombs Over Baghdad and like Rosa Parks. Like, we were obsessed with Outkast. We were obsessed with DMX. I was obsessed with like Lil Kim and Foxy.
Oh yeah, Elvana.
Yeah, and like
one thing for sure, I'll be. That's
obsessed. Eve, obsessed.
Crush on You remix.
What?
The Crush on You remix.
Yeah, I mean, like.
Know you see me on the video. True.
Yeah. I just like. The music from our high school days is still, and middle school is like still my favorite. Like, I just put like Ja Rule Radio on Pandora and like let it go.
So this is really funny. Before the podcast started, I was like, I was like, what's my impression of Leslie before this podcast? And I was like, I feel like she could like put on like she would just like put on some Lauryn Hill or some shit, or like Ghetto Superstar, and just like rock out, and like that's her vibe. That's literally what I said to myself like 15 minutes before we connected and we started like, and we haven't talked about music, but just the vibe that I've gotten from you of talking to you on Instagram
so funny.
And on Zoom. I was like, I feel like like some like 99 2000s hip hop would definitely be like her style, and just like rock out to that, and I've nailed
it. When we brought my daughter home from the radio or from the hospital, the first song she ever heard in her life was Hypnotize. Like she has grown up. She has grown up with so much hip hop in her life. She knows who Biggie is. She knows like lyrics to like Lizzo songs. Like, she loves Lizzo. But we like, that's funny because I thought you were gonna be like basic bitch.
No,
Lauryn Hill was our shit. If you have your yearbook and you look at my quote senior year, it was a lyric from Lauryn Hill's secret song at the end of The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. And I don't have my yearbook. I just remember it. I remember it like.
First of all, this looks like you.
Does it?
It looks like you. You look like her.
Thanks. I guess.
And deep in my heart, the answer, it was in me. And I made up my mind to define my own
destiny. Yep.
Lauryn Hill.
Yep. She was everything. And she did not, like, we were not her target demographic. She made that abundantly clear. But I will never forget that concert was like one of the coolest experiences. And partying with Big Boi and Donnie, his drummer, was like deep in the Crevassier. Like, that was fun as shit. And then they like tried to take us to Atlantic City with them, and then we were like, no, we gotta go back in the concert. And they gave us paper plates, and they signed our paper plates. And then at the end, we like went up to the front, and like Lauryn Hill signed our paper plates. And I would literally give my left boob if I could find that paper plate, but I didn't keep it. I know, because she did an encore. Like, she did an encore, and we went to the front for the encore, and it was such an amazing concert. And like, the music that we grew up with is like everything to me.
So Lauryn Hill's the artist.
She's the artist, but we wore the shit out of DMX's album.
Yes.
I love like a diss track too. So actually, my boyfriend, my sophomore year, Chris, had come from Southern California. He was new. So he got me really into Tupac and NWA. Hit 'Em Up is my favorite diss track of all time. But I'm a bad boy girl for life. So that's like I love and respect like Tupac and Dre and like Eazy and Snoop Dogg, but I'm so East Coast, like in every fucking way. And I loved everything Bad Boy. I loved everything Bad Boy.
Boy, we were the exact same. I think
we
might have should have dated in high school. So Ray was hard. I knew two people in my life, but two people in my world that were like hardcore Tupac. Ray, who was my best friend, and Adam Salter.
No shit. Oh, I know that because Adam dated Tara. Adam was like way into music, way knowledgeable.
Adam was selling bootleg tapes, cassette tapes of Tupac, of like two unreleased Tupac songs. And I bought one from Adam for Ray for Christmas. So like Ray and I used to listen to Tupac all the time. Yeah. But I was like you, I was in East Coast. I was a bad boy. Like when you mentioned Foxy and Lil' Kim, like I right away, like crush on you and Il Nana and all that shit was like, that was all me. I was very East Coast. But when Tupac was doing Hit 'Em Up, man, that's still like on my gym mix. When I used to go to the gym, like Hit 'Em Up.
You know another one that doesn't get considered a diss track, but I feel like it should, that is like also one of my favorite songs. Another with Lil' Kim and Biggie.
I need another bit. Funny story. High school.
So good.
That is my song with Katy Pollins. I have nothing else in life with Katy Pollins. I don't have a song with other people in the world that I have no connection to.
But I haven't heard her name in so long. She was cool as shit.
Katy Pollins is at the Lucky Well in Ambler. Check her out. Great barbecue spot. They're probably doing delivery. Yeah, check her out. She's there waitressing when they had tables. But he and I were very into another. And if I passed her in the hallway or she came in a Wawa when I was in college, and no matter where we are, she used to work at the Village Tavern. If I saw Katy Pollins randomly anywhere in life, if I start going, what do you do when your man is untrue? She would hop right in and kick it off. And like that was our song for some reason together.
And
shout out to Katy Pollins.
Yo, that's amazing. She was so eclectic and cool and just like perceptive and intuitive. Like she was really cool. I'm so glad to hear that. Oh, I haven't thought about her in years, man. That's so awesome. Yeah, that song's the shit. And then we got really into Eminem later too.
Me too.
Eminem. Yeah.
Marshall Mathers LP.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, and so I watched the Dr. Dre special that came out, that like multi-series documentary, and I think it was HBO.
Inconceivable Ones or
dude, it was awesome.
Best documentary maybe that's ever been done.
he's a genius, and like getting into his head and just like I just wow, it blew my mind. There was so much going on behind the scenes that I wasn't aware of in his career and in his like process.
The Defiant Ones. I had to look it up.
It was, I think my mom watched it too. Like it was amazing.
It's one of the, it's probably the best cinematic documentaries I've ever seen. You know, when you're seeing the footage of Dr. Dre in the rainstorm, listening to I want to say like 9 Inch Nails or something like that. Like, and he's like, oh yeah, I love this. Like, and he's just like, it's just, and you're seeing like the zoom in, like the production on it looks like something that someone who created beats would have done. It looked great. It didn't change my perspective on anything. It clued me in a lot more on Jimmy Iovine, who I
didn't know about him at all. And it like blew my mind.
I just thought he was the white guy, the money man in Interscope. I never knew about his production in the 70s at all. So really, like, all that was like, it was bonus to the Dr. Dre story. And then when you're seeing footage of like Suge Knight playing football on Thanksgiving at Jimmy Iovine's house, you just go, yo, this dude killed.
Their head explodes. And okay, do you know who Jimmy Iovine's wife is?
No.
She wrote What to Expect When You're Expecting. They're divorced now. He's remarried. But I think I was pregnant at the time because I was like, my head was like exploding because I think I was like reading her book and watching this shit. And I was like, it was just like, it was really, it was really well done. And like, I don't have, I'm a content person, you know, I go right like the bullet points, like what's the bottom line? I'm not really good at noticing the aesthetics, like this, you know, that's my blind spot, but I just thought it was, so I don't have a full appreciation for the cinematic quality.
Look at that shot.
Like, I wish I did. I'm like so unartistic, you know, but
I find that it's there. People just don't know how to express it. So like,
I'm moved by music. I'm moved by words. I'm moved by sounds. I'm not, the visuals doesn't move me.
But the glossiness of the documentary in general, the way that like things that I notice are a thing, probably just look normal to you, but are appealing in the normal way.
Yeah. I noticed like juxtaposition. Like, you got to hit me over the head with it to see stuff like that. But I thought it was brilliant. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite documentaries, docu-series, whatever, of all time. That was really, really well done.
And I love when, like, I think like what tells me that someone is a true artist is when I see artists I respect, like, really getting into other genres and appreciating it for the art and the quality. And like, when you see someone appreciate like music that is so different than the music they themselves produce, but I just like get off on that. Like, I just feel like it's this like amazing club and appreciation, and I just think it's the coolest thing ever.
I think it was Nirvana that Dr. Dre is listening to in the documentary, where he's just like the drums or whatever. That when you said that, the genre, like, I was like, yeah, it's something like, it's Nirvana I think he's listening to, where he's just like, I fucking love this album, and it's like pouring rain and he's rocking out to that.
And I like when people defy their category that they're placed in, and it's like, I just appreciate when people like break the rules and break the mold and like defy logic and stereotype and like do different shit, which is like kind of an antithesis to like who I am and how I approach high school. But it's maybe that's why I appreciate it, because I think it takes such balls and it takes like such belief in what you do and in your art form. It's awesome.
But you also couch a lot of that with maturity. You couch a lot of your comfortability with maturity in that.
For me. But I think for true artists, it's about a deeply held belief and love in their art form.
Yeah, but it's not. but it's not looked at in that way at the time. You know, like a Questlove probably doesn't have really fun memories of like Philadelphia high school, even though that's where he met like the Roots and all that.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't have great memories of like his classmates and how they treated him in Philly and the band nerd, and you know what I mean? Like, you know, I think of like Mike Clyburn and my first interview with Mike and
yeah,
black guy that's into band and all that. And like, I don't know anything about him because I just look at him as like a nerd because he's in band, but this dude loves to play fucking music. And then he goes, oh, I fucking love Earth, Wind, and Fire. And I'm just like, whoa, I love Earth, Wind, and Fire too.
Yeah.
You know, and that I envision that as like had Mike pursued to create music as a profession and done the artist suffering and all that, who knows? But like, I feel, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Questlove probably felt that 30 years ago, people probably weren't like this dude that plays tuba or whatever the fuck he was, or drums or whatever he was playing in high school. I don't have commonality with this guy in music. We
yeah.
probably dig out on Al Green. No one was probably thinking about that about Questlove.
I don't know if I agree with that. So I also love the Roots, but I didn't I didn't develop probably a love for the Roots until college. Like, I think they've always had versatility, and they've always been able to play for like a fucking college festival or a hip hop show. So maybe not in high school, but I kind of think that they have that flexibility and that bandwidth to like transcend what we would consider different genres.
Yes, I think because of their style of play, because they're a jam band at heart. And so they could be hip hop centric and work with, you know, and bring in the Erykah Badu's and the Jill Scotts.
Yeah.
And the Raphael Sadiqs, and work with the Mos Defs and the Commons and whoever else in the Talib Kweli's, and have that credibility, which is really important in hip hop that a lot of artists don't get. So they can kind of continue on that path where the Roots kind of went untouched for years and years and years, where if you didn't go to live shows, you didn't know who the fuck the Roots were, because I used to run into Matt Whitteman at the Roots Roots shows. Yeah, I ran into Matt Whitteman like in Atlantic City.
Nice.
At a Roots show, just like I'm just jamming out, and on the dance floor there's like 80 people in the whole building, and he's just like, Brad? And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
The Roots back then were like a group that like didn't have the attention, and it wasn't a genre that people were looking for, authentic hip hop group or versatile hip hop group, but no one was buying their albums either.
Yeah. So what was it that like made them pop off? Was it like Phrenology, or do you think it was like Jimmy Fallon? Really?
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon.
I always thought they were like more mainstream than that before Jimmy Fallon.
I don't think so. I mean, I always looked at, I was in college radio.
Yeah, me too.
So like I looked at the Roots and the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah.
As kind of like this. And the Black.
But we also listened to like Jurassic 5 a lot, like
J5 too.
That our spring
Powers and Numbers.
Yeah.
They were all in the same boot, but Black Eyed Peas got Fergie. And they did that Justin Timberlake song. And no, I'm thinking of Slum Village. I might be thinking of Slum Village or J5. No, Black Eyed Peas. What's going on? What's going on? Isn't that the Justin Timberlake song? No, I'm gonna look this up because I'm not gonna get called out for having a wrong.
Someone did. Jurassic 5 did something with Nelly Furtado, I feel like.
They did, yeah.
Thin Line.
Sounds right. No, Where is the Love? Yeah, I'm absolutely right. Where is the Love?
Where is the Love? You just said the wrong name. Yeah, I remember Where is the Love. I forgot that Justin Timberlake was part of that, to be honest. So, I like JT a lot, but
Black Eyed Peas went super pop and kind of catapulted.
Yeah.
With Fergie and their songs. But the Roots never really did that. In fact, when I was in college, the Roots were on tour, the Smoking Grooves tour.
Yeah, I remember that.
With Outkast and Erykah Badu.
Yes.
And maybe Jurassic 5.
And was Common part of that? Because like he and Erykah Badu were dating. So when we met them at the airport, they were dating.
Or Andre 3000 and Erykah Badu were dating.
Were they?
One or the other.
She and Common were definitely dating.
She's got Andre's kid.
She does?
Yeah. Oh, you don't know that? Erica only dates God MCs. Yeah. Common, Common, Andre, Jay Electronica.
Okay, so she was dating Common when we saw both of them. It was like because it was like 2000 they were dating, and when they did what the fuck is the song? Oh my god.
Love My Life.
Yes. And we saw them at the airport. Alicia talked about it on her podcast, and it was like it's so like it was such a funny experience.
Yeah, Miss Jackson is about, I think, partially about Erykah Badu's mom, I think.
Oh shit, I never knew this.
Yeah, but like Andre was the first for Erykah and she had his baby, or she fathered her son, whatever, however you want to say.
First. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that was
appreciate that.
Yeah, that was my whole world, like in college,
and then now I feel like rap like sucks. Hip hop sucks.
It's sporadic. So there's a lot of old guys. There's a lot of guys from our era that still put out music. You know, when Jay-Z puts out an album, or
of course.
Jadakiss and Styles P put out music fairly regularly that I find.
I don't keep up with music the way I used to because I don't have the time.
Jadakiss and Styles P are two people to put on like your Google alerts for when their albums come out.
All right.
They're putting out music that for me,
does Jadakiss still go? Ha-ha!
He does.
I like his raspy voice, though. I do like him.
Yep. Those Styles P and Jadakiss still put out consistent music for me. Royce the 5'9" is another guy that I enjoy as a grown-up.
Okay.
He's Eminem's best friend.
Yeah, I haven't gotten into him yet.
He's got some good music out there. So there's like some artists from our generation that I still like kind of keep tabs on to keep me fresh. And then like, I'm
good with like Migos. Like I'm good with like Migos.
I like Migos.
I like Drake.
Nah.
Oh, really? Was the hit too close to home?
It might be a biracial Jewish thing. I feel like I'll be honest. So in college, Drake was like blah, like to me.
I didn't listen to him in college. Wasn't he still on Degrassi at that point?
Yeah, you might be right.
It was like right. Well, it was probably like late college.
Yeah, yeah, you might be right. It's probably like 2008.
I'm really bad with like also bad memory. I'm also really bad with like dates, like years.
Yeah, Drake. So Drake dropped like 2008 probably.
Okay, so that was like 3 years after I graduated college.
Yeah, I was never into him. That was never my guy. I couldn't get into it.
Oh, I like Drake. He's freaking prolific, dude. If you like really, so I'll never forget. I went to this like one of my best friends from college who I like also was really into hip hop. Marcel. Actually, he's a Rhode Island guy, but he like lives in Philly now. Lived in Hoboken, and they do this big like St. Patty's Day party or something. So my now husband and I, we were just boyfriend and girlfriend back then, went up to Hoboken and we visited him for the weekend, and we did this party, and it was like, you know, just getting wasted and playing beer pong. And he put on the like music channel, or he put on some channel, but it was like all Drake all day. We only listened to Drake. Okay. And it was like, we were probably in our mid to late 20s. Yeah. It had to have been late 20s. And it was like only Drake, and Drake got us through an entire day of day drinking. And it was like great. Like the vibe of the party was up the entire time. And I feel like that was a turning point for me in my appreciation for Drake. Yeah.
No.
And Wayne, like I feel like I just don't have a lot of like like, I don't think, Drake's not new anymore, but I just don't have like a lot of like love for what I'm hearing these days.
You got to go to the old guys. You got to go to the 40-year-old guys. They're still, the like I said, the Jada Kisses, the Styles P's, the Royce the 5'9s, the Pusha T's.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to go to the 40-year-old dudes that are still putting out consistent music, and
because we're now middle aged.
We are in that age group right about now. We need to hear about life after selling cocaine. What happened then? Okay, we sold cocaine in the 90s and the 2000s. Then what are we doing? We married. Like, that's what I love about Pusha T. Pusha T's married.
Okay.
He's married. He's happy. What's life like now? That's what I'm looking to hear.
Oh, you know who I miss is Luda.
Luda.
Okay, so I was watching on Versus.
Yes.
John Legend and Alicia Keys Versus on Friday.
Yeah. On Juneteenth.
On Juneteenth, of course, and it was like everything to me. And there's a John Legend's like the best you ever had song. Luda is on it, okay, and all of a sudden I see like you see the comments streaming through on Instagram Live, and I see Ludacris pop up, and it's just like fire, like emojis. I'm like, Luda, like, where has he been? I think he settled down, but I'm just like, I wish he would put out more music.
Luda did.
We loved Luda in high school.
Luda did the verses against Nelly a few weeks ago.
He did?
Yes. Oh, it was famous. I
saw the Jill Scott, Erykah Badu one. I saw the Fred Hampton and the Kirk Franklin one, and I saw the one Friday, but I didn't see that one.
This was the most famous verses besides the Teddy Riley Babyface. You've seen the Teddy Riley Babyface?
No.
So the Teddy Riley Babyface was marred by technical difficulties.
That's why there were all the Teddy Riley references making fun of John Legend. That explains a lot. So I came in late.
Teddy Riley had multiple cameras set up where he was also trying to stream on his website, but also then stream to Instagram, but on Babyface's account. It was coming in on Echo.
Okay.
And he also had background dancers. So when he started,
Babyface won though, right? Because Babyface is everything to me.
So Teddy Riley's got all these cameras and these different microphones, and the sound is not good, and it's echoing to everyone that's watching. And in the first two songs, Teddy Riley has a background dancer, like legit background dancer, just like dancing in the background. Then they go to Babyface, and Babyface is legit just like this. And he plays just like a jam, Let's Make Babies Tonight R&B song. And then you just go, he's drinking champagne, and it's just like classy Babyface, just like, oh, that's nice.
Kris Kardashian's bed, like.
But the audio on Teddy Riley's feed was so bad, they had to cancel it. They had to shut it down after like 5 songs. And
you know what? That was probably good for him, honestly, because Babyface had nothing to prove.
Well, it made a meme out of Teddy. It made Teddy Riley a name. No one had thought about Teddy Riley ever.
I haven't seen it.
So now it was like, oh, Teddy Riley. And then they rescheduled it for like the following Monday or Tuesday. So they reschedule it, and now everyone knows about Teddy Riley and has been studying Teddy Riley. And now Teddy Riley's ready to go. And it was a fine thing, but I was way drunker on the Saturday night for the original event when I was really pumped. Like, me and my friends were dressed up in like suits and shit. Like, we were ready to go. I was drinking out of a martini glass. It was a whole thing. It was different than Tuesday, but it got the entire world like pumped up about it.
So I like lived for Blackstreet too. So like I feel like I would have been into it. I'm bummed. I like really missed the memo, but it's funny because there were so many Teddy Riley references about like John Legend's dance moves. And then there were a lot of people making fun of his sweatshirt too. And I was like peeing my pants. But I didn't really like fully get it. So. But
the Nelly's internet was shit for the first 45
first
hour and a half. And Luda was ready. Like, Luda had been playing songs on his Instagram Live for like 40 minutes, just playing B-sides of what he wasn't going to play on the battle. Yeah.
You need a strategy for it. Like, that's what's clear to me is like Alicia Keys had a strategy. she was looking at it like round. Like, if you played it, I know, but like, if you play this, I'm gonna play this, and this is like, and she knew to hold out to no one till the very end. And like, I feel like Legend had a strategy too, but she did a lot more live singing, right? And she had a lot more, she just is like very prolific, and it reminded me of a lot of songs I forgot about.
So Alicia Keys did live singing.
Yeah.
Oh, see, Babyface did that too. When Teddy Riley's feed got shut down, Babyface goes, "Well, I'm gonna break out a guitar here and just play one of my White songs." And he played. He
Was
just.
it When Can I See You Again?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. That's the Black song.
Oh, it is.
No, that's the Black song.
What's the White song that he sang?
Change the World with Eric Clapton.
Oh, I forgot about that one. That is
just, right. That's the thing about Babyface. Babyface has like 89 hits.
Yeah.
He just did Change the World acoustic.